Hello.
Hey, you guys, this is a really special episode because it was like totally live with people there.
People were watching us do this.
Yeah, it happened once more with people. So you might hear some clinking or some sounds or hopefully a lot of laughter.
Yeah, and if you actually want to come to our next one, stay tuned to our socials because we will be at it again soon.
Yes, we will. Okay, we love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
We're a little bit fun and a little bit sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
Okay, things that we thought were important for trivia in the future. Everyone, feel free to take out a pen and paper. No, I'm kidding. We wanted to show the Scream movie franchise because Heather's story, which fucking sucks, he was the person who inspired the Scream franchise, essentially. My story is two teenage kids who decided to create a Scream movie themselves. So the Gainesville Ripper created the Scream franchise. The Scream franchise essentially created the murder of Cassie Jo Stoddart, which is mine. Yes. So the years, which there's no way in fucking hell you can see that.
Everyone, but we're doing an eye test. What's that say?
Yeah. Is that a one? No. The first one came out in 1996, which was, I was paying attention whenever he was sentenced in 94. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty much as soon as his shit went down, this whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Now my story takes place 10 years after the first Scream came out, which was in 2006. So. Let me tell you my story.
Okay, good, because I need a drink.
I understand that. Okay. We're excited pages because we steal shit from the internet. Beyond the Darkness podcast, All That's Interesting, Truly Criminal on YouTube, Oxygen True Crime. Also, my favorite bitch, Wikipedia. Perfect.
I was like, was I supposed to?
I don't remember my slides. I think that's what we have. Yes. Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
So we kind of talked about what Heather's story and kind of what ended up happening with mine, which is essentially high school students who go a little bit crazy. Our story takes place in Pocatello, possibly. I didn't Google to see if I'm saying this name right.
Pocatello?
Pocatello. Pocatello. Pocatello to me.
Sounds good to me.
I wanted to know a fun fact. It's also known as the gateway to the Northeast.
Oh, I knew that.
By Northeast, I meant Northwest. Please. Not the Northeast, it's Northwest. It's the lighting.
Well, what if I was planning a trip? Now you just fucked it up.
I know, you won't know what the gateway is.
Whatever.
It's 2006, 10 years after the first Scream movie came out, as you guys already know about the little timeline. So we're going to talk about the woman that matters most, which is our beautiful girl up there, Cassie Jo Stoddart.
She's cute.
She's a sweet baby angel. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's kind. She's really dependable. So she's unlike any other fucking 16-year-old girl, pretty much. And her family loves giving her additional responsibilities because she's a great girl. Aww. And her family loves her, and everyone just thinks she's really amazing. She was very focused. She was focused on school, and she wasn't out there just fucking around and being a maniac.
Yeah.
And I say that because we were maniacs.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was born on December 21st, 1989. She was 16 whenever her life became intertwined with essentially just two young guys at their high school, which was Pocatello High School. Slide.
Okay.
I just wrote slide. And so I'm like, that's it. Here are the culprits. So we have Brian Draper and Torey Adamcik.
Wait, we can make fun of them, right?
Yes.
These are the bad guys?
I just ate the microphone. I literally just put that microphone inside of my mouth.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all can see my shirt, but like that ain't no Billy Loomis on that.
No.
Up there. Like
what's his name? Skeet.
Skeet,
Skeet, motherfucker. Skeet. I can never not think that. Anyway. Yes. So, I think that I'm going to say that the dude's last name is Adamcik. There's 800 videos out there, and I've never once. And I've done this story before in 2022, sadly, you guys. But whenever I did, I was like, I still somehow did not end up double checking that. So here we are. We're going to call him Adamcik. They both became obsessed with the movie Scream. Torey was remembered as being a kid who loved horror movies, but that wasn't like a crazy hobby. Through Reddit links, it doesn't seem like these kids had really any creepy vibes. Now we're going to watch some things and you're all going to be like, who the fuck said that they didn't have creepy vibes was lying, because they are bathed in creepy.
I mean, look, you don't have to show me a video. They look weird right there.
But in the overall, like they did not have that like he's gonna roofie me type of situation
Yeah.
going on. Like they were just kind of dorks. Brian Lee Draper, he was born on March 21st of 1990, if we could feel like they are any younger. And Torey Michael Adamcik was born on June 14th, 1990. Brian was born in Sandy, Utah, and not that it's Utah Sandy. Apparently there's a place called Sandy, Utah.
Oh.
I just wanted everyone to know that I was like, good old Sandy, Utah, where it's nice and warm. His family eventually brought him over to Idaho, and when he was a sophomore, he met Torey. And they started filming movies together because I guess they had a love of film. I don't know. I was never that like kid that was like, grab the video, let's make Hercules or some shit. Like that was never. They were born in 1990. I was 87, so they're only 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And yet I feel like 3 years in video life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. We didn't have a VHS recorder growing
We
up.
did. Well, my dad used to show up
No,
to the
you
ball
guys were
games.
fancy.
No, he would show up to the ball games, but they used to be so big, it looked like Channel 14 was there.
I bet it did. Oh,
And I'm like-
man.
And I
Yeah.
was like, that the news? Nope, it's my dad.
He's excited to film practice. It's not even a game. Not even a game. Okay. Where was I at? Okay, so kids, they like horror movies. Did anyone see Scream 4? Oh my God, all of you. Scream 4 is the one with Hayden Panettiere, who had that shortcut that made all girls out there think they were a little bi. Because you know I'm right. Hayden in that movie, she made me wonder things. But anyway, it was also the movie with Emma Roberts. Is Emma Roberts?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I put them in my notes, but Emma Roberts. Anyway, this whole storyline of Scream 4 is like literally based off of what these kids did. Because they got obsessed with it. Scream 4, I'm going to fucking ruin the movie for you guys.
I mean, I feel
Ruining
like
it
that's
for you.
the
If you
spoiler
watch
alert.
one preview, you will know what the movie is about. But Scream 4, actually, they're all the same fucking shit. They're all
Yeah.
just people in a ghost face mask that kill other people.
Yeah.
But this one was specifically about like teenagers who got obsessed with the film franchise and wanted to create their own fucking terrible shit. Anyway, that's it. Go home tonight and watch Scream 4.
We're being bossy today. You have to
I know.
follow us. You have to go
all
watch
this stuff.
Scream.
It's a fall day in Idaho.
Okay.
On the night of September 22nd, 2006, Cassidy's aunt and uncle, Allison and Frank Contreras, they have asked her to dog sit their house because they can. And it's for the weekend on Whispering Cliffs Drive in northeast Bangkok County. They had 3 cats and 2 dogs.
Okay.
Important facts.
Yeah.
And so she's like, of course, aunt and uncle, I will gladly go and do that. Earlier that day at around 3:45 p.m., Cassie's mom, Anna, had picked him up from school with her steady boyfriend, Matt Beckham. Now, Matt Beckham is also a part of this storyline. Now, they have been together for quite some, I don't know what the fuck a steady relationship is in high school. I'd never had one. But it's a thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, the family was really close to him, and he would get picked up from school.
Okay.
Yeah. She drops off both of the teens at the relative's house, which I believe is her mom's sister's house.
Okay.
Is that true? I don't fucking know. That's why I said I believe. I didn't say I know for fact, but I think that's how
We'll
that
just
went
go
out.
with it.
We're going to go out with it.
They don't know.
They don't know, but
It's
we're going to
fine.
get to some fingerprint later that's going to make you be like, what?
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
Anyway, another fun thing that I found was the discrepancies in times for this storyline.
Okay.
So some people are like, oh, her mother dropped him off at 3:45. Then another one is like 5:30. And then someone's like, it was 9:15. And then another one's like, it was actually 10:30. What fucking time? No one knows. No one cares.
So we know the day.
We know the day. We know it was after school and that people were dropped off places.
So 3 p.m.
But
plus.
for whatever reason, no one in the history of us talking about this story said the same fucking time. So I'm going to add to the conclusion or the confusion, and I'm going to say whatever fucking time I picked.
Okay.
But they're all off for about an hour. So Torey and Brian, they both come over to the house to hang out as teenagers do.
Mm-hmm.
Cassie gave them a tour of the place, including the basement. Intrigued. Now, was Cassie just like, hey, my aunt and uncle are wealthy. We're in Whispering Bluffs. Come look. I don't know. Come see this whole house.
Yeah.
Or was Torey or Brian being like, excuse me, can you show us the house?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
But basically, she's hanging out with her boyfriend. She's dog sitting and cat sitting, hanging out. Nothing too weird.
Yeah,
We're
that's
just
not
doing
weird.
teenage shit. We're not even having a party.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
So anyway, motherfucker, it was Torey or Brian. What?
You're looking at me, you're like, we're just hanging out. I'm like,
We're just hanging out. We're just teenagers hanging
We're
out.
just
having a good time.
teenagers hanging out. You know how kids are.
They're wild.
Wild, and well, apparently not.
No, they're really not.
They're not
just
having a
hanging out.
party. She's like, do you want to see my boiler room? Like,
I don't know. They're just walking around.
I'd be like,
Anyway,
I was a good kid, Dad. I
she-
never did that anyway.
She doesn't realize, though, and I'm also intrigued on this one, too, that Brian unlocks the basement door whenever he's down there.
Oh, sneaky fuck.
Yes. So they get the tour, and he unlocks doors like a fucking cunt. They go up into the living room, and they pop in a movie. What movie, Heather?
Scream 4. No,
That'd be crazy. No, Kill Bill Volume 2.
Oh.
Important things for everyone to know.
That with, what's her name? Uma?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I called Una on an episode.
Oh, you sure did.
Names are hard. Torey and Brian, at some point in this, they watched the movie for about an hour, and then they're like, you know what? We're going to go. We want to go see a movie in a theater. We're going to stop this movie to leave and go see a movie.
Were they running to see Kill Bill 1 or something?
I don't.
Like, what are you? They're like, wait, we haven't seen the first one.
Out of all the options, you're like, you know what? I don't want to see the end of this movie. I'm just going to leave, and I'm going to go start another movie at a movie theater.
That's bizarro.
I don't know. But what they end up doing is the guys leave. They change into dark clothing, gloves, and a white painted mask. And they park down the street.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Nope.
And they quietly enter the house through the basement door while the couple are still watching TV in the living room.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't want you to say anymore. Okay, fine, go ahead.
All right. They intentionally make loud noises, thinking that surely Cassie and Matt are going to come downstairs for them to scare them, noting now that both Cassie and Matt are the prey. Yes.
Okay.
So Matt was always included in the scenario of like what they're going to do. Even though Matt is their closest friend. Like that's the other third friend.
That's so weird.
What a weird fucking, everything's weird. I don't get it. So they're making these loud noises. They're like, surely they're going to come, but they don't.
What?
They don't walk down the stairs. I have so many fucking questions. First, on the layout of the house. And if I'm hearing loud banging in the basement, I'm probably going to be like, Travis, go do something about that. I'm going to hang out here. You go find out what's happening. I'm just assuming.
I don't know. You watch me when I sleep, so I might not hear it.
I do. All the time. No, so they eventually, these kids, because I still always have to try to like reverse back into being a 16-year-old, which is just, and
So
they
long
find
ago.
the circuit breaker and they start to turn off the lights in the house.
Nope.
Right. Thinking for sure once more, okay, we made loud noises. We're doing this, doing that. Of course, we're going to shut off some of the lights. I'm sure they didn't fucking shut them all off. This was the first thing I was thinking. I was like, if you just did a power outage to my house, I'm reacting. Something's happening. But I think what they were doing was popping off because I just can't understand them never going to the basement or never doing something. Like you're not just sitting in the house watching a movie and everything like loud bangs and lights are going off. And what are you doing? Just sitting there with your dick in your hand?
I mean,
Or maybe she was. They were in high school. But I'm just like, I don't. Maybe that's what they were doing.
it was probably, something had to be up in the Pirates Cove if you're like, the lights are going crazy.
That's
and you're like,
what. But they never go down.
well,
I know, Heather. I just want you to know they don't do it.
okay.
I know. So the kids are down there. Torey and Brian, they're downstairs, and they're like, okay, these fuckers aren't coming down here. So they turn the lights back on because they're genius fucking teenagers.
I just realized his name is Torey.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm happy you realize that now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for interrupting me for that.
You're welcome.
So Cassie does start to visibly get nervous, and I don't know how it took as long as it almost sounds like it did. Like she was just a stone cold, I'm not afraid of fucking intruder type of deal.
Right. Trying to act hard or no?
You're right. And her boyfriend Matt ends up like seeing this, and they're like, okay, the situation, like, I don't know if they just think there's like a power grid issue. Like I don't. I really just can't understand the not power situation, like not pondering, like he didn't go down the stairs. Maybe he doesn't even know what the fuck a circuit breaker is. I can tell you when I was 16, I would have been like, that's a weird box with some things to press.
That looks scary.
Right?
I still
Like,
feel that
I'm
way.
not going to do that. That looks like a job for my dad. Like, I just wouldn't have known. And if
Yeah.
the power would have went off, I'd be like, man, my fucking aunt didn't pay the bills. I don't know what they thought.
Yeah.
But they just continue on. So Matt ends up, this is one of the hard ones when I know the story well enough that I keep telling it and I'm like, can't find my notes. Like, I don't know where I'm at anymore. No. Oh, and then another crazy part is one of the dogs is literally sitting outside of the door to the basement, growling and fucking barking.
No, okay.
That would have been it.
Someone was naked. I'm just going to make an assumption.
It's a decent assumption. But I feel like sex would have been talked about after everything else. Like, there's no way that Matt wouldn't have had to say that in everything else that goes down. So maybe it was just a dick in the hand.
I was just going to say a little over the sweater action, but
you know what? You're right. You're right. Anyway, so he ends up calling his parents. Matt calls his mom, and he's like, dude, can I just spend the night here? Like, Cassie's really uncomfortable. And I was literally reading this like, oh, what did Matt's parents say? I want to know. And Matt's mom was like, no, you skanks. I know what you're trying to she did say no. Yeah. But I'm assuming because she's like, you're not going to fuck in the house. Like, because what are the assumptions there? You're going to have your 16-year-old son stay with the 16-year-old girl in a house by themselves? I too would be like, I call bullshit.
Naughty.
Not, oh, there's actually a murder in the basement about to. Yeah. Like, there's just, you can't foresee this. You can't plan that out. You can't figure it out. You would never know.
Yes.
You're just assuming they're teenagers wanting to be teenagers.
Yes.
So she ends up saying no, but she's like, hey, Cassie can come spend the night. She'll have her come over here where there's adult supervision. And Cassie's like, no, my aunt and uncle, I'm here to house sit. I have to take care of these animals. It obviously wasn't just 2 dogs or a cat named Fluffy. It was 5 animals. So she also couldn't just like toss them in the RAV and let's take them and fucking just have them shit all over your house. I don't know what the situation was. I don't know if they were good pets or bad pets. I don't know. But they were kind of guard pets. They barked at the scary door. I don't know. Anyway, so Matt's like, Cassie says no because she's such a responsible person. She's like, no, I'll stay here. It's fine. Matt ends up leaving.
Okay.
So that's at like 10:30. And Matt's mother actually comes to pick him up, and she is officially alone. Matt actually ends up calling Brian and Torey because I think they were possibly talking about meeting up later. And I'm like, so you just left your girlfriend's house and you're going to go hang out with your friends? Kind of fuck you, because you could have stayed with her longer because she was so nervous. Anyway,
oh, yeah.
So fucking Corey and fucking Brian, imagine they're in the basement of Cassie's house when they get a phone call on their cell phone. And they answer the phone and they're whispering. The whole time, Matt assumes they're whispering because they're in a movie theater.
And they were in the house?
They were in the house in the basement. Yeah. Keep in mind, Matt's calling them as they're like, it's his friends.
Yeah.
Who were planning on murdering him that night. The only difference was that he had left. Craziness. I know. I was really aggressive with this. And now I wanted to see where I was at again.
Okay. Sorry. Do you want me to talk? I'll vamp if you want.
No. Oh, I thought you said you'd vape. I was like, oh, we're just vaping here.
Vamp.
Okay. So from the basement, Brian and Torey heard Matt leave. They turn the lights out again at the circuit breaker and they wait. Cassie simply refuses again to go down there. Perhaps, like I said, she didn't know what a circuit breaker was or wasn't aware that the lights turned off. Maybe she was literally like just laying there scrolling through her fucking phone. Maybe not. It was 2006. I don't remember.
I was like, I think you could play Snake then. Right?
No. Snake came out when I was in middle school.
What?
Yeah. I was in middle school.
I remember playing it in high school.
Yeah, because you're a lot older.
I'm older.
Than me.
I walked into
because you're so much
older.
Shut
up, tell me a
than
story.
Of course you remember playing it then because you're older than me. It's different lives. Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic imploring your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
where we are right now,
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding. The guys are like, you know what? We're done waiting. They decide Brian is armed with a dagger-type weapon. I have a photo of later. And Torey Adamcik has a hunting knife. Both of these items were bought from a pawn shop. I don't know why I needed to tell that, but I did need to tell that because these are like those intense knives. Like not your butcher block. Can you fillet that chicken for me?
Oh.
These are scary, murderous knives.
Murder knives?
They're the knives used in the movie Scream. Yes.
Okay.
Brian opened and slammed a closet door at the top of the stairs to scare Cassie, who was lying on the couch in the living room. Like, he just slams a fucking door.
No.
That would scare the absolute shit out of me.
Yes.
You're just sitting on there and the fucking door slams. They jump her and attack her, stabbing her approximately 30 times.
Jeez.
Both of them. 12 of those stab wounds were fatal. with the most fatal being a stab wound at her right. I knew I was going to struck on this one. Struck right ventricle of her heart. She put up one hell of a fight, though. And it was the one thing noted in everything is that she fought as hard as she could.
Bless her.
And it was evidenced throughout the entire crime scene. During this time, Matt, this is the other part that bamboozles me. I'm constantly bamboozled in my life.
You're boozled a lot.
I'm boozled all the time. Is that how long it took for them to find her body is why I'm so confused.
Oh.
So during this time, Matt had tried calling her at 12:30 in the morning, but she didn't answer. I believe, based off of not any true actual evidence, that the murder probably happened at like 10:30 p.m., maybe 11. But times are really finicky online. And because I didn't try to double check anything. So she had also talked to her mom that night around like maybe 9:30, or maybe all these times I'm saying are complete bullshit and no one knows, because I think it was around 9:30. Her mom had talked to her. She had called and was like, I'll talk to you in the morning.
Yeah.
It takes 2 days.
What?
2 days.
How?
I have no idea. To find her body. Essentially, when her aunt and uncle came home, they found her. So that's what I'm so confused by this. So let's assume this is a weekend. That was a Friday night. No one just came to the house. Like, Matt knew where she lived.
Yeah.
Or like Matt knew where she was staying. Her mom knew where she was staying.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Matt?
What? Well, Matt was with Brian and Torey calling her. So he was with the murderers, calling her, trying to see like what was going on, why she wasn't answering her phone. But why her mom didn't. Like, I can't comprehend that part.
Oh, no.
Like, she's like, you know what? I'm on my own. I'm not going to answer any phone calls. No, like.
She's grown.
I don't understand. Anyway. That's what I was wondering, too, was like, how do you just trust your daughter to just not, like, no part of it, just no part of that makes sense to me. And no matter how I look at it, how you think about it, why no one just went over to the house? Even with Matt calling, why did they not just go over to the house?
That's weird.
How did you not think there's something wrong not hearing from your daughter the next day?
Yeah.
Like, it. Anyway, on September 24th, a call comes through the 911 dispatcher. There's a girl dead on my floor. A woman screamed into the phone, and someone can be heard screaming in the background saying she's missing a finger.
Oh, geez.
My only assumption on this one as well is that it was her aunt and her uncle who found her. But unfortunately, because of the scene, her aunt didn't even realize it was her niece.
Oh, God.
Is the only reason why she would be like, a girl is dead on my floor, is if she couldn't even comprehend that it was her niece.
Yeah.
In the whole situation, which is also just fucking gut-wrenching. The town's blown away by the crime, as all towns are. All sleepy little towns. Anytime there's a murder, no one's like, you know what, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, and all the documentaries are always like, it was a sleepy little town until it wasn't. And
Right.
then it's like this stuff.
Yeah.
But they never show anybody like, that happened like a couple weeks ago. It was weird about due.
Yeah.
So,
We're a really shitty town.
Yeah.
We have a high crime
kind
rate.
of sucks here.
Yeah.
So.
I'm happy I wasn't involved this time. Like, I don't know. Oh, fuck. I keep losing my spot.
I know. Do you want me to quit
guys.
talking to you?
It would help.
Okay.
I would just shh.
There
There you go.
Okay.
The town's blown away. The investigators start to uncover everything that's happened. They're able to actually see that there was a power outage and there were no 4 signs of entry into the home. So they're putting shit together really quickly, minus the fact that nobody came to see where Cassie was for a few days. As they go check out the fuse box, they get a clear fingerprint from her mother's boyfriend.
Huh.
Cassie's mother's boyfriend. Yes. Does that seem suspect? Or maybe not, because he was an electrician. I actually think he was.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really what happened. Is he had, I guess Cassie's mom was like, hey, can you help my sister is having some fucking fuse box? Like, he went to just go work on the fuse box of her sister's house. But could you imagine how much that would fucking suck? You like went to switch out someone's fuse box for him, and then there's a murder, and they're like, why were your fingerprints there? And it looks super suspect because they just happen to be fucking around with the circuit breaker the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Fucking Mark. I feel bad for Mark. I don't know his name.
Mark.
It just, anyway, I'm just going to say it's Mark. Okay. And Mark ended up having an alibi and everything was fine, and it wasn't Mark.
Okay.
I also wonder what his name is. So then let's wonder about the boyfriend, right? So Matt looked super sus in all of this because of the timelines. Now, we haven't even brought up Torey or Brian yet, but they're like, Matt, you were there and supposedly you were calling her all the time trying to figure out you were the last one to see her. Like, what did you do, Mr. Beckham?
Ooh.
And one of the detectives says, of course, we had to break the news to Matt that his girlfriend had been murdered, and it sticks in my mind that Matt didn't show a great deal of emotion at all, and that was somewhat of a red flag. A wed flag.
What
A
color,
wed
what
flag.
color was it?
A wed. It was a wed flag. And so what's the first thing you do? You got to get a polygraph.
Yep.
Fucking hook him up.
Hook him up.
Well, of course, he did pass with flying colors because he was not the murderer.
Oh.
Yeah. But he probably should have reacted.
Yeah.
Always go above and beyond. If you're going to react,
Like
raise it
Cheryl.
up.
Like Cheryl.
Yeah.
See?
Exactly. You got to show emotion. You can't not. No matter what, even if you're not feeling it, you got to fake it.
Yeah.
That'll help. I'm just giving real shitty advice in case you're in a really bad situation. Overreact and just make sure, even if you're not feeling it, react as something.
Yeah.
I just find out people get arrested for dumb shit. I'm like, I don't know. Just react.
I was listening to this podcast and she said.
She said it was important to overreact.
So I was just doing what I was told.
Right. So Matt ends up telling him, he's like, well, I did have, Torey, Adamcik, and Brian Draper came over and we watched a movie for an hour. And I'm guessing to Torey and Adam, who's Adam? Torey and Brian.
That's it. It's her mom's other
Adamcik.
boyfriend. Her mom has two boyfriends, Mark and Adam.
Spicy. I don't know where I was saying. Torey and Adam?
Tori and Brian. I have a cheat sheet. You can.
Yeah, they're behind you. I'm like, ooh, I feel like I have another slide coming up eventually. The cops so they find out these two things. They go to Torey pretty quick.
Okay.
They're like, all right, we now know that you guys are the last ones who have seen him.
Yeah.
Now he ended up being interviewed the same day. So like this is September 24th, body found, call Matt. Matt comes in, passes the polygraph, goes in, says that Brian and Torey were apart, like that they came over and they interview him.
Yeah.
So initially he had told detectives that he and Draper had gone to the house at approximately 8:30 p.m. to attend a party. A party?
Doesn't a party have to have people?
I would think.
Okay.
And no part of this was a party.
No.
It was literally them coming over to watch a movie.
The pants
so
party.
kind of a stupid lie, but okay.
Yeah.
And then he says that he ends up leaving whenever a party didn't materialize, probably because those invites didn't go out and no one knew about them because there wasn't an actual party. They're like, all right, well, we're just going to go. Him and Draper or Brian, they end up leaving the house. They want to go catch a flick.
Catch a flick.
Catch a flick. After which the boys slept at his place, i.e. his parents' house, because he's a fucking child.
Yeah.
Yes. So these guys, you're going to see this video. When I pull up this video and have to scroll through lovingly, because it's 28 minutes.
We're not
When
watching the whole thing.
No. You guys would be like, I'm going to leave. And I'd be like, I don't blame you. Unlock the doors. Let them out. No, we're going to show a video. These guys believed in their heart of hearts they were so fucking smart. Like that they had planned this for so long. And this was their moment to shine. They pick a movie. They did not stop to think maybe they should have seen the fucking movie.
Oh.
That's what caught them up. They went to see the movie Pulse, yet neither one of them knew what the movie was about.
Dumb. What is that movie about?
I have no idea. A pulse, Heather.
A pulse?
God, don't be
It's
so
just
dense.
The whole time. Like, that'd be
Right.
so boring.
That would be boring. I don't know what it's about. And
Okay.
so if I was being interrogated, persecuted,
If you're being persecuted, you would definitely get caught for that one.
I would.
Yeah.
But yes, as they're interviewed, that was the first thing that happened. They were like, "Oh, Pulse, cool. So what'd you like about the movie?" They're like,
They were like, who was your favorite character? Was it Greg? And they're like, oh, we loved Greg. And they're like, Greg wasn't in there. Like,
exactly. There was no character named Greg. That was the cat. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. They end up, what the cops said, they were like, we knew they were lying. That was the number one, was like, we knew they were lying. So now we need to figure out why.
Yes.
Like, what happened?
What happened?
Do you want me to tell you?
You know, I think so. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, they eventually are like, okay.
They were like, okay, look at the previous paper first.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The cops
Yeah.
said, yeah.
It's
the
the
cops
guy.
are like, but why? Okay. So when Brian was asked about this, he said that they lied because they were breaking into cars and they didn't want to get in trouble. I was like, okay, that's not a bad lie. I was like, okay, I'll take that one. I'll take the bait.
Okay.
I'll nibble on that worm, if you will.
All right.
Okay.
By the way.
You're shitty. You're thieves.
Yeah.
They decide to have him take a lie detector test. Dun, dun, dun. And when they do, dun, 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 he gets extremely emotional and is like, I need to speak to the detectives. Dude didn't even make it to the fucking...
They just put that thing on his finger and he was like...
No, they were like, we think you need to take a polygraph. And he lost his shit.
Oh, which one?
Brian.
Yeah.
I mean,
get
they're
that.
both complete pusses.
Yeah, they're what?
Complete pusses.
They're dangerous pussycats.
Yeah. So weird.
I
am never...
I'm never going to move past that.
And it just made me think of pubes again.
What?
Oh, gross. Just ripping out. Okay. So anyway, with his parents sitting in the room, yes, he talks about how he and Torey had gone back to the home that night to turn off the power and to try to scare Cassie. That they were wearing masks to disguise their identity, but he claimed he was surprised when Torey started stabbing her for real.
Oh, so he's like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But
It was supposed to be a joke. It wasn't supposed to happen, he said through tears. Mm-hmm. It wasn't supposed to happen.
There you go. That's good.
Was that better?
Thanks.
It was supposed to be a joke. He will later say that he was in the room when Torey did it, and then I stabbed her because he told me to stab her.
What?
Slide.
Oh, that's my turn.
Yeah. Okay. So Brian eventually leads detectives to an area near Black Rock Canyon where the two teens had buried evidence from the crime. And it was then that investigators discovered that the murder had been much more sinister than they had ever imagined. Inspired by the movie Scream and others like it, Brian and Torey had decided to create their own real-life Scream movie, with their star being Cassie, simply because she was going to be in a home by herself. That was the only reason.
Oh, God.
It was the only reason, and they vocalize it. Like, it was because she was staying at that house alone. During court proceedings, it's mentioned that they were also inspired by Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, who committed the Columbine High School massacre as well.
Boo.
Slide.
Oh,
Wait. Okay. Things that you can't really see. The top little photo is of the mask that they had chosen to use. The bottom is a really blurry picture of a knife. And that's one of the knives that was found as well.
your finger's right there if you point over this way. There you go. You're pointing right at it.
Good. Thank you.
It's called visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did a good job.
And then, yeah.
And then I changed the slide.
Maybe. I
Okay.
don't really know. I
don't
have
know?
slide and then I have it written out and then I have it marked out.
So do you want me to roll the dice and see what's on the next slide?
I don't know. I think so.
You think I should?
Hold on, wait.
Okay. I'm nervous. Do you want me to do it?
Well, okay. The other thing that they had done, so we have a list of the evidence, right? Now what we cannot forget is that these guys recorded everything. That is the crazy part to this conundrum, is that these guys not only recorded them planning the murder, creating a kill list of other students that they were planning to kill them. That would be what a kill list is where they're planning to kill them. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say kill as many times in 4 sentences.
Right.
They were also discussing their plans both on the way there and literally recorded them in the car after they killed her. They thought they'd burn the videos enough to where they would be able to that they wouldn't be able to be viewed anymore, but they completely underestimated the crime team. Along with the videos, those 2 dagger-style knives with sheaths.
That's such a weird word.
It is. It's very
Is that
old.
the thing
it's
that-
very old-timey. It's very 1800s.
Is that the thing that covers the knife up?
Yeah, so you don't slice yourself.
Sheath.
A sheath.
Stupid word.
It is a stupid word. A silver and black-handled knife with a smooth blade, a folding knife, a red and white mask, and latex gloves were found and logged for evidence. And also the video.
The video.
We're going to watch it. Oh, I just
You
ate
keep
that
headbutting that mic.
Dude, I do it all the time. Okay, how do you want me to do this, sis? Do you want me to swap seats? Do you want to?
Here. Yeah. We'll change.
We're
What
going
do
to
you-
do this.
You wanna switch
I knew
seats?
this. There's
Here,
going to
sit
be
right
no
here.
easy way for me to do this stuff.
Come over here.
So let's just all enjoy it.
No?
Nope. Maybe I should have.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the mic.
Do you
Oh,
want,
everything's fine, guys.
Here, swap
Yeah,
seats.
we're going to have to sit. That didn't work. We hoped. I hoped. And now my butt's just skipping.
Oh, I can see. It's a different view. Hello. Oh, yeah. Save that for the OnlyFans page, not our Patreon.
Oh, my God. Okay, so.
Did somebody just say hit subscribe?
Okay, what we did here was this whole video is like super choppy. There's a weird point in it where like fucking Brian, I'm assuming it's Brian because it has to be a Brian. He's playing the drums like in it. I don't know.
Oh, no.
So this video is all around the internets, and it's 28 minutes, and so just randomly it pops into this homeboy like shirtless playing the fucking drums like he's Matthew McConaughey on fucking shrooms. It's just weird shit. So we're gonna just go to the points of like bigger factors of what happened. So anything that you felt about these guys before, just thinking, oh, they're kind of dorky. It was a little weird, like no big deal. They weren't getting in trouble at school.
Yeah.
There wasn't like the meat and potatoes that I felt like you would think that there would have been until you see this and you're like, oh my God, these guys were fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like they truly were.
Did I leave too much debris over there?
There's too much happening.
Okay, it's all right.
I'm just.
You don't want to show your razzle dazzle to the whole
It's
crowd?
not even showing it on the screen.
Oh.
That would have really sucked if I did all that for you guys to just hear shit.
Well,
I'm trying to get it off. Oh, I did have a new slide. Let's take a look. Let's do it. It's a lot easier when it's just us not recording stuff.
no one's looking. That's fine.
We're going for a high death count.
We're not going not to get caught, Brian. If we're going for guns, we're just going to end it. We're just going to grab the guns and get out of there, kill everybody and leave.
We're going to make history. We're going to make history.
For all you FBI agents watching this, you weren't quick enough.
We were quick enough and you weren't smart enough. And we're going over to Nixon's house. We're going to go snoop around over there and try to see if she's home alone or not. And if she's home alone, splat! She did.
Don't put your humor into this, Brian.
I'm not putting any humor into it. Yep.
We're going to keep going.
That made me feel some type of way. They're so
27
gross
seconds.
and dumb.
I can't fuck with this mic in my face. I'm like half choking on it. My like T-Rex arms.
I mean, you really are trying here.
I like cannot reach it.
It is really.
I have
cute.
my arms are not the appropriate like length to the rest of my body. Okay.
Well, I feel like normally they are, just maybe not in this setting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
I'm here to lift you up.
We have Cassie because they record her at 7:51.
Hey, look, it's Cassie.
Hey, look,
Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please. Hi. Okay, see ya. Wait, have you seen Torey? He's supposed to meet me here at 7:30, and it's 8:19. He's an hour late. You don't even care, dude. Okay. See ya.
Oh, dude, I totally.
Yeah. They literally ended up killing her that night and came up to her and recorded. I'm going to show just 2 seconds of this part because you can't hear them because they're whispering anyway. This is them sitting in their school library in fucking high school, creating a kill list, talking about how they're going to go to her house, what they're going to do, what they're bringing, what they need to pack, and that they're going to get Matt to. And like people keep walking by and they'll like stop what they're doing and like whisper and then just go right back into. At one point they're like, well, what about Richard? And they're like, yeah, he kind of fucking sucks. And they put him on the list, you know? Like that's literally like they thought they were going to be able to do this for longer. Yeah. My last one, 2706. I say that I'm going to show 2 more.
They make me mad.
They sound stupid.
How about we hide inside the house? We're here in his car. The time is 9:50, September 22nd, 2006. Unfortunately, we have the grueling task of killing our 2 friends and they are right in that house just down the street.
We just talked to them. We were there for an hour. But
We checked out the whole house. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I unlocked the back doors, so it's all locked. Now we just gotta wait. And yeah, we're really nervous right now, but we're ready.
we're listening to the greatest rock band
We've
ever,
waited for this for a long time.
Pink Floyd, before we commit the ultimate crime of murder.
We waited for this for a long time.
A long time.
We'll stay tuned. Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight.
It's okay. Okay, let's buy movie tickets now.
Okay.
Come on. Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye.
Did he just say, let's go buy movie tickets?
I think so.
I hated that. Ugh. Oh my God.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna swap seats again.
Okay.
It just feels more right. I feel better over here. So wasn't that fucked up? I think that was unbelievable.
That
The
was.
fact that, number one, the laptop's going to die, which is fine. But I just want everyone to know that I know that the laptop's going to die. So when it just pops off, it's okay. I know.
We meant to do that. It was intentional.
Yeah.
Someone
we just
flipped
don't have
a
enough
breaker.
plugs. I realized that. I was like, I plugged it in. Well, not into the wall.
Oh, is that laying back there?
Yeah. Yep. That would be...
Well, you're pretty, so.
It happens. So at one point they say, because you can really like watch this and like the first part I stopped it 10 seconds earlier, but like if you're into it, fucking just watch the video. They have a concept of like that because we're told that we can't kill people, that's why they want to kill people, is because they're told that they're not allowed to do it or that they shouldn't do it. And so because of that, it makes them want to commit the ultimate murder more.
Yeah, don't they want to be like famous?
Yes. And so they go, we're sick psychopaths who get pleasure out of killing other people. One of them says happily on the video. And he goes, we want it to be just like Scream. With this level of evidence, it was easy to convict the two teens. Obviously. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
we have timestamps. Like, there's nothing more dumb. Like, I don't know if, like, we need to talk about that in greater detail, but there's, like, nothing more stupid than not only committing a murder, but then recording it and talking about it and then having different chunks and pieces of it throughout. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're kind of dumb.
And then they catch it on fire, and I'm pretty sure, like, you can... I don't know. I just feel like you can't get rid of any of that shit. Like, unless you sunk it, I don't know.
Put it on a ship.
Put it at the bottom of the ocean. Both were sentenced in 2007 to life without parole. It was April 17th when Brian Draper was found guilty, and Torey got the same verdict on June 8th of 2007. Both received no possibility for parole, plus 30 years to life for the conspiracy behind the murders, because obviously all of the evidence that this was not a crime of passion to any degree.
Yeah.
In 2010, both Brian and Torey tried appealing their convictions in higher courts, but they were both denied, which is good.
Yes.
Good news anytime they're actually denied.
We like that.
More than 15 years after the grisly crime, Brian Draper agreed to talk to your favorite dude, Morrison. And he did a show.
Keith?
Yeah.
He talked to Keith Leans on Things, Morrison?
Yes.
Love that.
From the Idaho State Correctional Institution. And then this information came from Oxygen True Crime, because I wondered if I put it in my works cited and then had to write it into my notes. He said, I felt like a nobody, and I felt like I'd be somebody if I did something, big and bad. He says, talking about the crime.
Gross.
Along with his stutter and just feeling like he didn't fit in was his reason for the crime. He says he lives with the regret every day for taking Cassie's life. Yes, a kid said, I had a stuttering problem. I thought the only thing I could do was something big and bad so that I would be known.
Fucking idiot.
Isn't that insane?
Yes.
And
I'm
then
mad.
they picked her just because she was going to be home that fucking weekend, and like this whole torrent of fucking shit that just happened. I don't understand too. They got caught so quickly, and they did have a list, and they had these plans, and they were going to kill Matt too. But there's like Matt's like their actual friend. He's the one that would be in a text group.
Yeah.
Like Matt wasn't getting a hold of his girlfriend, so he went to his friend Torey and Brian's house so they could try to call. Like he went to his friends to try to figure out why his girlfriend wasn't responding when his friends were the ones that killed him, and they were going to kill him if he just hadn't left.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
A
Motherfuckers.
little bit. No, yes. It's
Yes,
insane.
it's a lot.
Yes.
But you can tell in the video too. I would almost watch it like in your own free time, so I don't annoy you all with the video. But you can definitely tell like their mannerisms, like they are weird. Like
Yeah, they're fucked. You look at their picture and tell
I
they're
know,
weird.
I know, but like you can tell that. I don't know though. They seemed.
No.
I'll talk about it more, but like
Yeah.
in the overall, it's I don't know. It wasn't just something like super. They weren't like skinning cats in the backyard. Both men are still serving their life sentences at the Idaho State Correctional Institution. But here's another ball kicker. In July of 2015, a hearing for post-conviction relief for Torey Adamcik was held before State 6th District Magistrate Judge Mitchell W. Brown. The claim was that testimony from character witnesses could have changed the outcome of the sentencing, but that his former attorney, against his parents' wishes, chose not to call upon these witnesses. Torey said that his attorney believed that the prosecution,
Okay.
not persecution,
Good
the
job.
prosecution would have submitted even more damaging evidence. So the judge in March of 2016 denies the request, and he tried again in 2017. Now, here's what it was too. I had to go through Reddit forums. I was like, somebody tell me, were these guys giving Dylan Klebold and all, like, that was a whole thing. And the whole issue with like Columbine was one where they're like, dude, it was on the wall. No one read the wall.
Yeah.
It was our fucking mistake. They were making bombs in the garage type of deal. They came out like they were going to kill people, and people should have paid attention.
Yeah.
These kids didn't. And so a lot of them were saying like, dude, I had math class with them. They were really nice. They were quiet. They were super chill. They seemed like they had decent friend circles. Like it wasn't the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't more than that. Yes, they had acne, and yes, they had stuttering problems, and yes, their, philosophy on God was wrong, because they went into this whole thing on God, that killing people isn't really a bad thing, that we just tell people that it's bad so that we don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
but that God's okay with it if you murdered people. Like, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Torey's mother, though, she ended up she self-published a book called The Guilty Innocent 2. Interesting.
You're not going to make me read it, are you?
I never make you read anything.
That's
because
true,
it's
thank you.
Fucking painful.
Makes my palms sweat.
It's like I'm like, will you please dissect this live puppy? That's how you react when I'm like, can you read this book? That's great.
Yeah.
You're like,
I like
no.
to be read too.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, the messaging for this book was the experience of having a child placed in adult court where they were cut off from human contact, locked in isolation, and sentenced to harsh terms. So this also proves losing more than like one child to this experience. Like, so much fucking shit happened. This mom ended up writing a book about it.
Yeah.
These are the stories that just rock you, because it was teenagers who became fascinated with the concept, and felt like the only way for them to be seen was to do something really fucking bad. All because they really liked a movie that was based off of a real life serial killer.
That's so insane.
It is. And sadly, that's the story of the senseless murder of Cassie Jo Stoddart.
Man.
Ain't that some shit?
You did a good job, but that was fucking terrible.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was it was less terrible than the 18 people you listed that had been murdered. At least he was stopped after one.
That's
Your
very
dude
true.
got to do a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
But for anyone did anyone know that the Scream movie was based off of a real serial killer, and that then other people actually committed movies trying to create their own Scream movie? Look at that. We just dropped fucking knowledge bombs all over the place.
We're just learning y'all something.
Yeah, we're just teaching you the stuff.
Yeah, we're
But I
teaching-
literally said, I don't know if any of this is factual. I'm kidding. I knew it was factual. But there's always hard parts to find,
You
you
were
know?
like, he went to their house at 3 or 7.
I'm like, and then Mark.
12.
Who the fuck is Mark? No
Apparently,
one knows.
Mark and...
Oh, there she went.
Hey, there
Put her
she
down.
goes. We did that intentionally so we
Yeah.
would know when to stop. That's like our red light.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, this was a great episode.
This was fun. Thank you guys so much for coming
Yes.
and buying tickets.
Woo!
And supporting us.
It's always important for us, to remember, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Oh, we love you.
We love you. Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, A Couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?